Coach, from the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 51 back in 2017, we are inside NRG Stadium in Houston. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Houston Texans. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Watch the run, watch the run. Hey, kill.
On first down, it's gone. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards on the game's first play and a quick first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. There on the tackle, Minkah Fitzpatrick.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Gone. Caught here by Griffin. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 7 yards there and a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Lions' 43-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. It's a second down run with Sanders. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They run. It's Mark Ingram. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Out of the gun. Gone. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
But the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside, make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him, and the inside half, and he took it right across his face, got inside, and won that route in a big way.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. First carry for Nick Chubb. Well, they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Well, the first play in the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Thomas has got it, complete. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Kill! 27! Here we go, that's brilliant!
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Gets this into the hands of N'Keal Harry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the 1st.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
A run with Chubb on 1st down, not going to be a good one. He won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Kill! We're going to 54, line in. Check 3. Check 31, check 31.
On 2nd and 11 now. Prescott brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Prescott going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Switch!
They'll try the draw now with Chubb. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
We're scoreless after 1. From the 29, Prescott over the middle, complete. It's Sherman. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a 1st down. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Already a pair of 3rd down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this 3rd down try.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out the just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
I can't believe they even let you play.
They'll run with Sanders. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That's it, baby.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for gone. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. Michael Brocker's in on the stop.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive.
Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen.
On 2nd down, Ingram. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Back to throw, gone. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Running right, this is Ingram. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Draw play. Ingram now. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
This is Ingram. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple, down to the 15-yard line. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half, 10-0 our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
The running game's played a huge part in getting him down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brought you.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
They come out here in the I. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Come on, 180.
Now Goff on 3rd and goal. And now look at him go. He's at the 50, 30, past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Gold with the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. To throw is gone. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. Second and 3. It's complete to Golden Tate. And he's got this down to the 35. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
And again, it's Chubb. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. Prescott from the gun. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 46. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Watch the run. They're running, man.
They run it again with Chubb. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
Prescott looks to throw on first. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. That's sacked by Khalil Mack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got
Throwing on second and long. Prescott. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 19.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Now it's gone. It's caught by Mark Ingram. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Goff. Forced out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the 3rd quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First down Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Prescott. And that'll be incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Just his second incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
The 20. Looking again for Thomas. This time complete. Touchdown, Detroit. Michael Thomas, 44 yards. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 30-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
That's good for the Texans. First down.
We are through three quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Mike 20. Mike 58 right there. Watch the screen. 2 for 1. 2 for 1. Turbo's up.
Now a first down throw. Gone. And a hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your number one cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. Goff now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Goff now looks to throw.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. We you know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Check 52. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Here we go, go to 54, go to 54, line. 26.
To throw is Prescott. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Well, officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
First down. Joker, Joker. Here we go, 47. 26.
A run for Nick Chubb. And an alley to run. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And you know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out. Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Now Chubb. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. The Lions on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
We're going to 53. 58's the mic. 58's the mic. I'm coming. I'm coming.
Now Prescott. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. But it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Gone. Short throw to Disley. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Well, they opted not to run it. They completed the pass on 3rd and 2, but they lost yardage to bring up 4.
They'll give credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They snuffed out the play. But it does bring into question, 1, the play call, because they didn't run the ball there. They could have run it. And 2, just not getting it. That's got to be deflating for them.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. Caught here by Griffin. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, you know, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down. They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On the ground, it's Chubb. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Elsewhere, they're on to the fourth quarter at MetLife Stadium. And the Giants have scored to extend their lead. A win would be their second on the young season. Now Goff on first down. He's going to let it fly. And that is caught. One-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Out of the gun. Gone. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Zach Cunningham with a pick. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, that's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he takes this across the 15 to the 17. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On the carry, it's Chubb, and he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. On third down, it's Nick Chubb. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. As we mentioned, here's older brother Dustin Colquitt to punt this one away. And he goes out right around the 39. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. And